Nanti bisik-bisik, bukan kita rasa macam ni ke? Bukan kita rasa macam ni ke? Nanti kat situ ada open session, and then dari situ barulah penggabungan idea tu ada. Waktu tu peranan lecturer lah nak guide kita orang kat mana kita patut pergi. Selain tu ada forum e-learning apa semua, kat situ dibincangkan perkara-perkara tu. InsyaAllah.
Go through this kind of process, they really struggle, and why? Because sometimes when lecturers ask them to do something, they say, cannot, you can give us this anymore, we are too busy with the PBL, please don't give us too many quiz and so many assignments, we are already overloaded. So sometimes you even feel like it can be an excuse. When the facilitator come across with this kind of students in which they really think they are really struggling so hard with the subject, and so that made me think that it is very possible that some of the students who are less capable and competitive, they could have been sacrificed some other courses because of this PBL course. Is it possible? And how are we going to help them in this kind of situations?
Sebenarnya dalam PBL membantu student, sebab rasanya dalam PBL masa nak divide group, kita kena mix the student from different background, different capability, different level. Saya rasa dalam tu, that's why bagi saya dalam PBL tu sebenarnya kalau betul-betul ni student dan lecturer appreciate what is the PBL is, rasanya memang membantu. Antara among the student sendiri pun, yang student yang above average tu, sepatutnya dia kena mainkan peranan dia membantu kawan-kawan yang mungkin lambat ataupun sebenarnya bukan dia tak boleh, cuma mungkin the process is quite slow kalau compare yang the others. Tapi saya rasa that is the effort about the macam student complain and so on. Masa tu saya rasa the role of lecturers untuk bagi motivation amat penting. From my past experience facilitating the PBL, daripada kelas yang from the section yang kalau kita nak tengok dia punya student tu macam average, not so excellent student. Kalau macam you and Fazira ni dari kelas yang excellent student, kalau ada section tu nampak macam slow sikit. Tapi when after saya dan Zamri bagi motivasi, macam sebenarnya cerita balik apa PBL ni, macam kita santai-santai lah bagi as orang kata apa, bagi motivasi lah. Sebenarnya PBL ni macam ni, kita bagi experience, kita cerita, share experience kita dengan diorang. So diorang boleh, daripada yang nampak diorang punya perubahan tu, diorang jadi lagi seronok untuk buat case study, lagi semangat. Nampak among the group tu pun, student in team tu, among the team tu pun nampak macam berbeza lah. Memang nampak perbezaan. That's why saya rasa peranan lecturer untuk bagi motivation, nak pujuk macam pujuk student tu kan, saya rasa penting waktu tu.
It's not just requiring a lot of effort and preparation from the students, but also the lecturers. It is quite time consuming. We have a lot of assessments to make, so one has to be motivated and committed by themselves before you can actually motivate others, especially the students. Okay, so one has to be prepared for a change, to change themselves, to change others, in order to change others. And that is my own experience. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of commitment, and a lot of time. Okay, so it's not just from the student point of view, also for the lecturers it is very tough.
From my experience, I can see that my teammates who with less excellent student, they will put extra effort to learn so that they are capable to perform as they are required and as they are wished by their teammates, because they are also accountable for the group marks. If they perform not so well and resulting in lowering the total group marks, and they will feel a sense of guilty towards their teammates. Okay, then they will put extra effort to learn the knowledge. And I don't see that my teammates sacrifice their other subjects. They are not fail other subjects, but they fail in control class, yes, because they are not perform well.
I was dumped alone as an internship trainee into an oil rig. I was alone with all the main crews. My supervisors is sitting comfortably in office. And during that time, suddenly one of the pump leak of containment, which is one of a very big problem. And most of them are operators, they do not know more about engineering, so they'll ask my opinions, despite I'm just a student. So that time, that problem to me I've seen before. I know I maybe have some opinion to share with them, but then sudden strike of fear to me is like, if I have not really learned this during my university time, you'll be causing a big havoc in this platform. It may explode anything because of less quality students is produced in the universities. So what I'm trying to say here that it will be better if the students really face a problem in the universities, even if they fail. It benefits them more if they repeat and it takes longer time for them to graduate, instead of having them graduate really exactly at time easily for them, but come out they really cause a havoc back in the industry, back to the environment. So it's better for the student to face the hard time right now than for them to causing a bigger much trouble in the industry later on. Thank you.
I'm Rafiziana. I'm very new to a process control class, and I'm practicing the PBL this semesters. For me, as a newcomer into this, jumping to something that you are not already familiar with is painful, and the struggling is killing. Seriously, yes, indeed. But somehow, maybe I'm passing those, the stressful loopholes, and then now I'm coping with what is the PBL is. But the thing is, it's such a dilemma for the lecturers and for the students as well. When you're dividing your group, your student into groups, and you are, divide them into the bright, the intermediates, and poor performance. And then there's such a dilemma in between the teams as well, because it thinks that the poor performance student would think it's probably that they're very shy with the very bright one, because sometimes the bright one is just, overrules all the ideas, probably because it thinks that it's crap, sometimes you got the inferiority complex into you yourself, even if you are getting a PhD. But somehow this is the thing. The question is, so as a students, the past students of PBL, how you cope with this dilemma? Amongst the students, among the groups, and then yes, the different levels. What is the consequences afterwards? Thank you.
I mean, being a facilitator, the facilitator should have the ability to direct the question back to the students, especially if they are just asking the question for the first time without searching for the answer themselves. In my own opinion, I think the PBL is designed to help to reduce the gap between the best students in terms of performing, academic performance and so on, and the poor student in terms of their academic performance. Do you remember we saw the graph yesterday, the two curves? So from that, I think we can see that PBL is a way of overcoming this problem. Because the good students will always, using the PBL approach, will help the bad ones to improve their weaknesses. When I personally designed the groupings or team working in my class, my section, I was taking students, or the grouping was based on their CPA, on the CPA of the student, gender, and also on race. So if you see my groups, every group you will probably find the mixed races here. Okay, and also the CPA will be varying from the very bad to the very good. So I have equally divided the groupings. I had to do it this way, So I think PBL will overcome this problem. One has to decide, the grouping has to be done in a